Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We cannot improve upon the infinite. That which can be improved upon is necessarily finite, because in the infinite there are no modifications possible. Therefore, this knowledge, which is the eternal knowledge, not created by anybody. See, माइक वाला यहाँ रखो, क्या आप खड़े रहोगे? So, this knowledge is not appended with the name. This, like we write the books. So, we write the, it's okay. हाँ, गोद में रख लेता हूँ इसको मैं. Now it is better. Don't worry. कल गोद में ले लूंगा इसको मैं, तुमको भी ले लूंगा. So, when we are seeing in the worldly matters, we go to Google and copy paste and write a book, and thereafter we claim that this book is written by so and so because it is copied. But the eternal knowledge is not copied, it is not copyable, it is the one. Therefore, there is no name attached to it, and there is no copyright issue about this eternal knowledge. So how this knowledge has come, we were told, from the Guru Shishya Parampara through the lineage of the disciple, the Guru and the disciple. Now, after having told this basic principle, then the student approaches. Now, who is the student? Student is Shaunako Vai Mahashala. Student is not a dropout of life. The student is the one who is established in prosperity. He has enjoyed everything in this world and come to a conclusion that worldly enjoyments cannot give us fulfillment in life. See? And therefore, he is now seeking something higher. This is one of the most important principles of spiritual life. Till such time we have any interest of getting something more from this world, we are not yet fit for the spiritual life. So, Shaunako Havai Mahashalaha Vidivat Upasannaha Papracha. So, he approaches the teacher in a proper manner and he clearly, distinctly inquires, is there something having known which nothing remains to be known? See? No ambiguity, clarity. And in reply to this, the teacher tells, Dve vidde veditavve. See? There are two types of knowledges which are to be known. Am I audible to all? Okay. If it is not, never mind. So, there are two types of knowledges, and these knowledges the teacher tells. Tasmai sahovacha dve vidde veditavve iti hasma yad brahmavido vadanti parachaiva paracha. There are two types of knowledges the wise people tell. Now, one type of knowledge is meant for that having known which you have to reject. See? Like the knowledge. On our cigarette packets it is written, cigarette smoking is injurious to health. Now what this knowledge is meant for? oh, it is the authentic product, buy a few more. No. When this knowledge is given to us, cigarette smoking is injurious to health, means this knowledge is applied in rejecting the things. See. Now the second type of knowledge. When you are told, if you do Anulom Vilom Pranayam every day, your lungs will keep functioning very well. You heard it. But then you have to do it. Oh God, can't I employ somebody on my behalf? Kindly do Anulom Vilom so I don't have to do because my nose is paining. No. Knowledge followed by action. If you do Gayatri Japa, Om Bhurbhuva Swaha Tasaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Yona Prachodayat. If you do this Gayatri Japa, then your whole psychological apparatus will get distinctly clear of all the viruses. See, it is like a virus cleaning process. Clean it will be. Okay. Then you have to chant Gayatri Mantra. Oh, we have to do that. So there is one type of knowledge which demands action as a follow-up. There is a second type of knowledge which ends in itself. See, like this is a tree. So you don't have to do anything. It is a tree. Over. In the same manner, you are divine. That's it. Nothing has to be done. These are the two types of knowledges. So the teacher says, Dve vidde veditavve iti hasma. We have heard from the wise people that there are two things to be known in this world. The student has asked, Kasminno bhagavo vijnate? What is that one? The teacher says, not one, there are two things to be known. Spiritual life is, one part is renunciation, other part is assertion. Negation and assertion together constitutes the complete approach to the truth. So, Dve vidde veditavve, and which are those two knowledges? Parachaiva paracha, paravidya and aparavidya. Now what is that paravidya, aparavidya? The teacher now tells in the fifth mantra, first he tells aparavidya, which is worthy of rejection, which is worthy of renunciation. See, tatra apara Rugvedo Yajurvedaha Samavedo Atharvavedaha Shiksha Kalpa Vyakaranam Niruktam Chanda Jyotishamiti. Apara Vidya includes all your four Vedas. See friends, it is only in this courageous approach to the reality, it is said that even the Vedas are to be rejected. See friends, it will be told here in this Upanishad, Nayamatma balahinena labhyaha. Those who are weaklings, they cannot know the truth. See, in our deep sleep, very clear experience of every one of us, in our deep sleep, we are neither mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, nor we are Indians, Americans or South Americans, nor we are Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Sikhs. We are none. See friends, and therefore in deep sleep we are happy. All other times we become somebody. In deep sleep, there is no becoming. It is unbecoming and being. See friends. So, aparavidya is that which is talking about the relative world. And this is what is said in all the four Vedas. You should do your karma, you should respect everybody, you should not kill others, ahimsa paramo dharmaha, ahissa satya asteya aparigraha, and brahmacharya. See? These are all the things told at the dharma level. Dharma is with reference to our conduct with the world. You are all the students of yoga. Yama and the niyama, they fall in the purview of the Adi Bhautik Kshetra, in the material world, in the relative world, which is called as samsara. So yama sadhana is the don'ts, what should not be done. Ahimsa, you should not kill anybody. Aparigraha, should not accumulate things. See? In this manner, the do's are the yama sadhana. Shaucha, santosha, tapasvadhyaya, ishvara pranidhanani, niyamaha. So there, what should be practiced? Shaucha, purity in external as well as inner purity. Shaucha. Santosha, contentment. Tapas, the ability to go through difficulties without complaining. Swadhyaya, watching the quality of the mind. Are we agitated? Are we functioning under the influence of hatred? Are we living in this world to kill others? Swadhyaya, Ishvara Pranidhanani. Such a person alone is dedicated to the Lord. So these two things are how we conduct ourselves in the world. This is called a Dharma Shastra. In the deep sleep, this Dharma Shastra goes away. See, therefore, these four Vedas, they talk about Dharma. If you do sin, you will go to hell. If you do merit, you will go to the heaven. All these people who send you to hell and heaven, they have neither seen hell nor seen heaven. Blindly, foolishly we start and get lost in this. See, friends, therefore, the teacher says, this Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvaveda, that falls in the purview of the relative reality, not the absolute reality. Further, there are 6 limbs of the Vedas called a Shadanga. Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakaranam, Nirukkam, Chanda, Jyotishamiti. So these are the 6 things. Shiksha talks about the various aspects, how to conduct the various kinds of rituals. Kalpa, what are the mantras to be used for what kind of activity. Vyakaranam is the grammar. Nirukta is the definition of every word. Chanda is the meter in which the things are written. Jyotisha is the astrological movement of the planet. These all fall in the purview of the relative world. See. So those who are lost in this, they are far away from the truth. Then what is the Paravidya? Para yaya tad aksharam adhigamyate. Paravidya is that by which you discover your own divinity. Be very attentive, friends. This example I gave you yesterday probably. Man can become a husband, but a husband can never become a man. How come? Because he is already a man. How can he become? Husband he has become. Man he is. Divine we are. The soul we become. See, friends. And when the wife goes away by God's grace, then what happens to the man? Nothing happens. Be attentive. What happens to the husband? Nothing happens. Because there is no reality called as husband. It is an illusion. See, friends. Jaya tad aksharam adhigamyate. Paravidya is that by which the truth is revealed. After having told these 2 types of knowledges, thereafter the teacher tells what is the Paravidya. Now Paravidya, this is very deep mantra, be very attentive. Yattad adresham agrayam agotram avarnam achakshushrotam tadapanipādam nityam vibhum sarvagatam susukshmam tad avyayam yad bhuta yonim paripashyanti dhīrāha. Be attentive. Dhīrāha paripashyanti. Wise people see divinity in and through every experience. See, wise people see divinity in and through every experience. And when we look upon the world as the divine manifestation, we can never have hatred, we can never cheat, we can never destroy. And the most important thing, we can never indulge. There cannot be bhog. See, friends, take for example, if you are going in a temple and everything is made out of marble. So when we are stepping on the marble steps, we don't think anything twice, we just step. And as you go, if there is, let us take Nandi, Lord Shiva's carrier. So, do we step on the Nandi and go? Then we go ahead. And there is Shivalinga, again made out of the same marble. And you have to go little higher up. So, do we step on the Shivalinga and go? No. Now, what is the difference? Marble steps we look upon as mere marble. But when we look at the same marble as Nandi and Lord Shiva, our interaction automatically changes. Apply this principle. See, Shankaracharya Bhagavan says, Deho Devalaya Proktaha, Dehi Devo Niranjanaha, Architaha Sarva Bhavena Swanubhutya Virajate. Every body is a mobile temple of God. In every body, it is a God who is living, not a devil. And if our understanding is clear and we accept it, that in and through every body, it is the divine alone expressing. And to understand this, dhiraha, we have to have patience to study and understand and experience. See, if I make a statement, in and through every tube light, it is the same electricity which is expressing. Now, is it an obsession? It is a truth. In the same manner, in and through everything and being, it is only the divine principle expressing. Therefore, dhiraha paripashyanti, only the wise people alone can experience this. And how they experience, what is their experience? Now these two things are analyzed in the earlier few words. First, yattat, that which is adreshyam, that which is not an object of perception through the eyes. If we go to the temple, and after having gone to the temple, what do? We go, fold our palms together and close our eyes. You have gone all the way to Badrinath, struggling, and when you are in front of the Lord, that time, instead of looking at the Lord, we close our eyes. Unknowingly, we all know the divine principle is manifesting in our own being. Yattad adreshyam. See, friends, the truth can be experienced essentially as one's own being. See, friends, be attentive. We look upon the world as we have accepted ourselves to be. It's a fundamental rule. If I consider myself to be a man, what is my perception of this world? This world is made up of two things, man and woman. If I consider myself to be old, this world is consisting of old and young people. If I consider myself to be a rich man, the world is consisting of rich and poor. So our perception of the world depends on what we take ourselves to be. Now, if I consider myself to be the divine principle, then for me everything is divinity. See, friends, therefore yattad adreshyam, first discover your own divine principle. This is important. Then bother about the world. Yattad adreshyam. See? Even one word you take, you are absolutely silent. And that silence is not against the sound. See? Yattad adreshyam. Then next word is agrahyam. So adreshyam, by this what is negated? That our sense organs are important to know, to see, to smell, to taste the reality that we are. See, friends, take a simple example. This mic I am able to see with my eyes. The mic cannot see my eyes. 1. 2. The mind is functioning through the eyes as vision. Mind can see the functional ability of the eyes, but the eyes cannot see the mind. Consciousness expresses through the body as mind. Conscious principle can know the modifications of the mind. I am greedy, I am angry, I am frustrated, I am depressed, I want to kill everybody. These modifications of the mind, they are known by the conscious principle that we are, but this mind cannot comprehend what the conscious reality is. There is only one way. See? That one way is drop all the objective world, the 5 objects, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, and come back to your sense organs. Drop the sense organs, come back to the mind. Mind is nothing but consciousness if there is no objectivity created in knowledge. See, how we know any object? This is a book, step number 1. I know this is a book, step number 2. I am not the book, step number 3. So that knowledge in which the anatma bhav, the objectivity is not created, that knowledge is consciousness. Now find out. Suppose I ask you, do you know yourself? What will be the reply? Yes, no. I know because I know. I don't know because I don't know as you know me, someone separate. So that knowledge in which the otherness is not created, that is pure consciousness. Yattad adreshyam agrahyam. This cannot be held nor can be rejected. See, by this all the organs of action are declared to be important on the spiritual quest. Be attentive, therefore, there is nothing to be gained or known through the sense organs, nothing to be created by action. So these 2 faculties are switched off. Are we not doing the same thing when we go to sleep? All our sense organs are closed. All our activities are suspended. Ultimately, the mind is also switched off. And when the mind is switched off, there is no sense of otherness. When there is no sense of otherness, don't you experience your own being without the medium of any agency? See, how do we know our own being? Through the sense organs, through the mind, through organs of action? or what? So that experience, which doesn't demand any means of knowledge, is the Paravidya. So yattad adresham agrahyam agotram. See, a gotra means gotra refers to the someone original. See, this is our first person. From there we are born. Like somebody is Bharadwaja Gotra, somebody is Harita Gotra, somebody is Apastamba. So various kinds of Gotras. So he is the first person. From there the whole lineage has come out. A Gotram means it doesn't have any beginning. It is beginningless reality. See friends, therefore beyond time. See, now apply this principle on yourself. Do we have the experience of our birth? We have no experience of our birth because we are eternal. This birthless experience is the divine principle. See friends, agotram. But how much we get lost in these non-essentials in life. See, I am a Iyengar, I am a Nair, I am, a Gujarati, I am a Bengali. These are all non-essentials. It has nothing to do. See, I remember I told you once one experience of mine. This happened on one hill station. I was, staying there for a few months, and we used to have regular classes somewhere. And there was a young couple, a Catholic couple. And both of them were very close to me. They used to give me good food, so I used to like them. Anybody who gives me good food, I like them. Simple rule. So, but they have never come for any satsang. It is not allowed. So they told me, Swamiji, we cannot come for your satsang. We are not allowed to listen anything. I said, all right, don't come, who cares? As long as you give me food, you are good. One day, her husband, who was a taxi driver, he told me, Swamiji, your Kathy, her name was Catherine, your Kathy has delivered a baby. He said, hey, congratulations. I'll come and see her in a day or two. Evening, he never came for my satsang. He was waiting outside because he can't hear satsang. He was waiting outside. And when I saw him, eyes, crying and all that, I said, hey, now what happened? He said, she is bleeding profusely. I don't know what to do. I said, call her mother, father, somebody's blood will match and pump inside. No, they did it. But they say, according to our religion, we cannot give blood to anybody. I don't know what to do. I said, now pray to Lord Jesus. Let my blood match with her. And we went, and God's grace, it matched. I said, take out and give to her. And she survived. After 15 days, I went to see her. I said, hey, Kathy, bottle Catholic, liquor Hindu? Think, friends, how much we are lost. Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Sikh, Buddha, Jain, Ram, Ram, Ram. This knowledge is not meant for those people. See, it is the eternal knowledge. Agotram. Our origin is the same. See, yattad adresham agrayam agotram. Then achakshushotram. Similarly, free from the limitations of the eyes and ears, etc. And tad apanipadam. There are no organs of action or organs of perception which can be attributed to the divine. And therefore, nityam, eternal. 4 things. Don't trust me. Just evaluate your own experience. First experience. We have no experience of birth. Number 2. We have no experience of growth. When somebody first time addresses us uncle and auntie, we get a kick of our life. We have no experience, we are growing. Third, we have no experience of our death. Fourth, we have no experience of our absence. This eternal principle is our essential nature. We don't have to create. We don't have to become divine. We are. See, friends, pratyabhigyayate, what the scriptures tell is that you discover that you are divine. Don't lead a life like a beggar in this world. See? Therefore, nityam vibhum. The same reality has become everything. One day, one college student asked me this question. How can the same your God become everything? I said, forget about God. What is you are studying? I am studying in medical college. Very good. You must have studied embryology. Yes. Now tell me, there they say, first it is a zygote. Goat means goat. G-O-A-T. Isn't it? Therefore the children are called as kids. Goats, beta are called as kids. So it is a zygote. Now then it starts multiplying. Then it is said, these cells become digestive system, these cells become the skeletal system, these cells become the cardiovascular system. Did you ask how come from one cell so many things have come? No, it is science. See, friends, vibhum, the same reality has become everything. Vividham bhavati. The same has become everything, and sarvagatam, therefore, it is permeating in and through everything and being. This divine principle is our essential nature. Take an example. In the dream, suppose you have seen some friends, some enemies, some animals, tigers, etc., and some good and bad things have happened. And when something really bad happens, then the dream breaks. When the dreams are going goody-goody, the dreams never break. When something bad happens, then the dream breaks. And when the dream breaks, do we go on discussing about it? We just drop everything. Now the question is, all the good and the bad things in the dream, where from they have come? Only one mind has become the dream world. The same mind has become the dreamer. The same mind has become the experience of the dream. And when the dream is over, where the whole dream world has gone? Nowhere. In the same manner, when we wake up from this waking dream, our whole life changes. See, friends, therefore, sarvagatam susukshmam, and it is subtler than the subtlest. Be attentive. Subtle means that which has got lesser number of attributes. See? For example, earth if you take, Prithvi. Earth has got 5 attributes. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. 5 qualities. Come to the waters, there are only 4 qualities. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa. There is no Gandha. There is no smell for the waters unless it is a Bombay water. Then you come to the fire element. For fire element, there are only 3 qualities. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa. There is no Rasa, there is no Gandha for the fire. There is no taste, there is no smell. Then you come to the air, only 2 qualities, Shabda and Sparsha. The sound and the touch. Come to the air space, only 1 quality, Shabda, the sound. You can't touch the space. You can't burn the space. You can't wet the space. You can't mold the space. Now this space, where is this space? This space is nothing but expansion of our mind. When the mind is enfolded as in deep sleep, where are we? The space is in our mind. And therefore, mind is subtler than the space. And what is the mind? Mind is an expression of consciousness through the body. Therefore, consciousness is without attributes, without form, without beginning, without end, without manifestation, without unmanifestation. Susukshmam. See your own experience. We drop the objective world, we drop the sense organs, we drop the mind, and we come to the pure consciousness which cannot be dropped. Because we can never experience our absence. This eternal conscious presence is Paravidya. It is not the knowledge of, it is knowledge itself. See? Yaya tad vastu avagamyate. It is by this only. Yat tad adresham agotram achakshushrotram tadapanipadam nityam vibhum sarvagatam sushrushram tad avyayam. Avyayam, it cannot be reduced. It can't be spent. It is ever the same. Simple rule of mathematics, infinite plus minus anything continues to be infinite. You cannot take away anything from the infinite. Therefore, avyayam and yad bhuta yonim, and this whole world is the womb of, the whole world has come from this divine womb, yad bhuta yonim. See, so the one reality alone is inert world, the same reality alone is the sentient world. This particular principle of Vedanta is not available in any religion. See friends, technically it is called as the truth is simultaneously the material and the efficient cause of this world. Be very attentive. If we want to make a pot, we require minimum the clay, the matter out of which the pot is made. And we also require a pot maker who can convert the clay into a pot. Minimum two things are required. But when we look at this world, the clay is the Paramatma and the pot maker is also Paramatma. Is it not true with our dreams? Do we invite a psychiatrist? Hey, I want a good dream tonight, okay? We order a very sweet dream. No. Our own mind is the material out of which the dream is created. Our own mind is the creator of the dream. And our own mind is the creation in the dream. And our own mind also dissolves the whole dream. Exactly the same way. This whole world is like a dream in the divine. See. Now how this is possible? Simultaneously material and efficient cause. Now friends, if you take this principle in letter and spirit, see what is the impact of it. Material cause is God. That means anything you touch in this world, you are touching God. Your whole attitude toward the world will change. See, but if we take, no, God is only above the clouds, then below the cloud, who is there? See friends, Therefore, when the reality is accepted as the material cause of this world, then whether it is a stone, it is God, whether it is a river, it is a God, whether it is a fire, it is a God, whether it is air, it is a God, whether it is Chidambaram, the space, it is God. Without Him, nothing can ever exist, including the hell. See, friends, our total attitude toward the world will change when we take this principle. The God alone has become everything, like our mind alone becomes everything in the dream. When useless people like us can create such a beautiful dream, can't God create this beautiful world? Yad bhuta yonim paripashyanti dhiraha. The wise people alone see that this Lord alone is the creator of the whole world. Now, how this world is created by God? Now, here a beautiful mantra. Yathorna nabhis srujate grunnate cha yatha pruthivyam oshadhayas sambhavanti yatha satap purushat keshalomani tatha ksharat sambhavatiha vishvam. There is nothing with which we can compare the absolute reality. Absolute being absolute is one without a second. There are not two absolutes. See? Absolute is only one. We cannot say there were three absolutes sitting together. Three are idiots, not absolutes. So, how this absolutes creates this whole world? One example is given. Yatha urnanabhi srujate grunnatecha. First example. Like the spider. The spider supplies the material for the construction of his own house. He doesn't go outside for collecting the material. Yatha urnanabhi srujate, brings out the thread, and then out of that thread there is no architect appointed. The spider brings out the thread and creates his own house. Doesn't require anything. And when there is some kind of danger thinking, immediately the spider sucks away the whole thread as if there is nothing done. Yatha urnanabhi srujate grunnate cha. First example. That means they are the material cause and efficient cause. Bringing out the thread is the material cause, and designing and making the web is the efficient cause. Both are the same spider. Second, yatha pruthivyam oshadhaya sambhavanti. Like the earth is inert, but out of the inert earth, the living plants grow. Total contradiction. See, the third example, yatha satapurushat keshalomani. From the living man, the dead hair come out. See? Satapurushat, from the living person, the hair, yesterday I told you, they are not living. They are just dead ones. So, three examples. From the living person, dead hair come out. From the dead earth, the living plants come out. And from the spider, both the material and efficient cause. Tatha, in the same manner, aksharat sambhavatiha vishvam. In the same manner, from this absolute indestructible reality, the whole world has come out. Now here the process of creation is indicated. Tapasa chiyate brahma tatonnam abhijayate annat prano manas satyam loka karmasu chamrutam. Now tapasa chiyate brahma. Be very attentive. Tapasa, by tapasya, by austerities. Be attentive. What is the meaning of austerities? Austerities mean leaving our natural state and adopting some unnatural condition. See? For example, marriage is a great tapasya. Because by birth we are born bachelors. Then we adopt the tapasa. Tapasa chiyate brahma. Then this happy-go-lucky person, he starts thinking What a life without a wife. Started thinking. In the same manner, this Paramatma, although one without a second, decides to become many. Tapasa chiyate Brahma. Now, after this can be understood like this. The horse gram, when it is dry, very hard. If you eat, your tooth will come out. But when the same seed is put in the water overnight, it becomes swollen. In the same manner, as if Paramatma has become swollen out of happiness. And that state is the first state, Tata Annam Abhijayate. Anna here is the potentiality. The Paramatma invokes his own potentiality. Be attentive what exactly it is meant. When somebody has the potentiality of singing beautifully, that person can never keep quiet. It comes out. If somebody has got a great potentiality of drawing pictures, in one of my lectures somewhere, there was one child. He used to come and sit down and do something. So I thought he must be drawing some, like children do ABCD, etc. And after every lecture, he will show me his picture, my picture. Swamiji, see, this is your picture. Now please sign it. Why? He has that potentiality of bringing out the art of drawing a picture. And when he does that, he doesn't do it miserably. He does happily. In the same manner, Paramatma recognizes his own potentiality to manifest and become many. That is called as Tapasachiyate Brahma Tatonnam Abhijayate. Anna is this divine potentiality. This is what is called as, in the Vaishnava Shastra, Radha and Krishna, or Ram and Sita, or Shiva and Parvati, is one and the same thing. Purusha and Prakriti. The Purusha is the substance and Prakriti is his potentiality. The fire is the substance, the burning ability is the potentiality. So the Paramatma invokes his own potentiality, Tatonnam Abhijayate. Then Annat Pranaha. Then the next step comes, now there the principle of life is being manifested. That principle of life is called technically as Hiranyagarbha or Sutratma. And from there Manaha, the mind, then Satyam, all the sense organs, etc. Then Lokaha, all the 14 worlds, Bhurbhusvaha, Mahajana, etc. and the lower worlds, and Karma, and all the karma, the activity, etc. and Amrutam, and the Karma Phala. This is how, from one absolute reality, the whole world is thus created. Be attentive. In our scriptures, the purpose of discussing any topic is not to prove something. If you study the creations, there are dozens of theories of creations. But the creation is not discussed to prove creation, to discuss creation. The purpose of this topic is to bring to our notice the one reality out of which everything is coming out. And therefore, you go the opposite way, like the telescopic antenna. When you pull it out, it comes out in a particular sequence. Unlike a thread in a wool ball. And when the thread you put back in the wool ball, it becomes entangled. But if it is a telescopic antenna, you open it, it comes out in a particular way and it goes exactly the same, the opposite way back. In the same manner, we slowly, Tapasachi Yate Brahma, in deep sleep, we are one with the truth. Then slowly we become aware, become I, find out where I am, what I am, when I am, get identified with the mind. then come out of the sense organs and create this whole world. And in the deep sleep, we start collecting everything and go back to our own being. This process is incessantly going on. See? In this we don't have to do anything, friends. This is it. Now at this stage, if you observe your own presence, you have not done japa, you have not done pranayama, because you are already set in the process of withdrawal. So although all sounds are heard, but they are not disturbing us. Like the mirror reflects everything, doesn't get disturbed by anything. Paripashyanti dhiraha. The wise people thus live in this world. Like the fire is not influenced by the burning power, the sugar cane doesn't suffer from the diabetes, in the same manner. The divinity, he who has discovered, he is no more carrying the burden of this world as a punishment. This is Paravidya. We have not become divine. We are divine. It is not the result of any action. This is what is called as Upanishadic sadhana. What we are doing is only correcting our focal length. The doctors do not give us the vision. They only help us in correcting our focal length. That's all. Now our focal length is on differences. Our focal length is on the separateness. But when we focus on the common denominator, then it doesn't matter man or woman, young or old, rich or poor, living or inanimate, everything is the same divine principle. He who is abiding in this divine principle, he can never hate, curse anyone in this world. This experience is like what? Take your day-to-day experience. When we bite our own tongue sometime by mistake while taking food, that time will the tongue say, "Come on, teeth, now you have to go to the dentist. We are going to remove you. You have beaten me." No. Similarly, when the tongue goes and digs between the two teeth and removes that kachara from there, the tongue, when the teeth don't say, "Thank you, darling, you're always nice to me." No. There is neither curse nor blessing. Because although differences are perceived, but differentiation is not made. This is the ultimate truth. He who is living in this knowledge, for him he is not to be told, "Please tolerate." See, the tongue so soft is tolerating the terrible teeth. See, friends, yattad adresham agrahyam avarnam aschakshushrotram tadapanipadam Nityam Vibhum Sarvagatam Susukshmam Paripashyanti Dhiraha. The wise people are abiding in this knowledge. There is nothing like the children of sin. There is nothing like the useless people, only what I say is right. No. It is the ultimate truth. And from this Paramatma, the whole world comes out. And therefore, yaha sarvajnaha sarvavidyasya jnanamayam tapaha tasmadeta parabrahma nama rupam cha jayate. Nama rupa annam cha jayate. So, this wise man, he who is thus abiding in this divinity, he knows everything. See, friends, what was the question? The question was, what is that one, having known which everything is known? This is the one. He who is abiding in this reality, for him, it is something like, don't I know the headache? Don't I know the nail which is cut wrongly? Don't I know the pain in the stomach? So, I is the knower of everything as regards this body is concerned. But when I transcend the limitations of the individuality and merge in the totality, yaha sarvajnaha sarvavit, he is the omniscient. He knows everything and being, omniscient. And yasya jnanamayam tapaha, because he was living only in pure knowledge. See? Therefore, the real spiritual practice according to Upanishad is this. Simple thing I'll tell you, very easy. Analyze your every experience and learn from that experience. That's all. When the process of learning is kept intact, there cannot be any impressions formed on the mind. See? And when impressions are not formed on the mind remains pure. Our present condition is, every interaction leaves a precipitate of likes or dislikes on our mind. And as a result, our mind is submerged, carrying the burden of so many impressions. As a net result, we cease to live in the present. Just watch. When we talk to others, what do we talk? About our past. Because that is all in the surface. The deeper you go in your being, beyond all impressions we come to know, there is but one reality. See, friends. Therefore, yaha sarvajnaha sarvavidyasya jnanamayam tapaha tasmad etat param brahma nama rupam annam cha jayate. Therefore, this Paramatma, the Supreme Reality alone, is all names and all forms. See? All names and all forms are His. And this is what the world is. Asti bhati priya nama rupa iti pancha amshakam adyatrayam brahma rupam jagad rupam tatodvayam. See? The Asti bhati priya Satchidananda is the divine reality. Nama rupa, name and form, is the world. In the deep sleep, what is our name? In the deep sleep, what is our form? When the name and the forms are dropped in the deep sleep, we are one with the divine. The wise men live while they are awake, transcending the limitations of names and forms. Transcending the limitations of names and forms is not obsessed with presence or absence of the names and forms. If somebody is worshipping the form, wonderful. Somebody is worshipping formless, excellent. Nothing wrong. See, friends, this is the foundation of the truth. But if we are obsessed, no, I can accept gold only as a wedding ring. But you cannot get married. But then I don't accept gold. No. Gold can take any form. Gold is not obsessed with a particular form. In the same manner, wherever there is obsession, duragraha, we are lost in the samsara, that is the aparavidya. In paravidya, tasmadetad brahma nama rupam annancha jayate. So this whole world of names and forms is nothing but Paramatma. Now after this is said, we enter the second mundak, second khanda, on the first mundak. Tadetat satyam mantreshu karmani kavayo yani apashan tani tretayam bahuda santatani tani acharatha niyatam satyakamaha eshavaha panthaha sukrutasya loke. Now when we hear this, suddenly we may get lost into wrong understanding. And the wrong understanding is, okay, karma is useless. No. Tadetat satyam, karma is essential. As long as we are identified with the body, as long as we consider ourselves to be husband, wife, brother, father, mother, sister, we are obliged to fulfill our duties. Let us not have that wrong notion. If we get married, we have to take care of our wife or children or husband. You can't run away from the reality of life. Therefore, tadetat satyam. Mantreshu karmani kavayo yani pashan. So, various kinds of mantras which are told in Tretayam bahuda santatani. Tretayam is Treta Yuga, or Tretaya means there are three things. The knower, known knowledge. The experiencer, experienced. Wherever these three things are involved, there we have to conduct ourselves according to the rules and regulations. We can't say, I am a spiritual person, therefore I can do anything. No. See, friends. Therefore, Tretayam bahuda sandatani, tani acharatha niyatam satyakamaha. So if you want to fulfill your desires in this world, there is nothing wrong. Fulfill desire. Get married, have children, have property, nothing wrong. But follow the path according to the place where you are. Tani acharata niyatam satyakama. Eshavaha pantha sukrutusya loke. By this alone, you will lead a very beautiful, comfortable life. Everybody need not become a Swami and take my market. Sukrutasya loke. Now for that, the karma is being told. Now in the karma kanda, what are the things? They are very beautifully brought out. Yada lela yate harchi samidde havyavahane tadajya bhagau antarena ahuti pratipadayed yasya agnihotram adarsham apaurnamasam achaturumasam anagranam atiti varjitam cha ahutam avaishvadeva avidhinahutam am sattaman tasya loka hinasti. Now the limitation of the karma are told. When you are doing the karma, you have to follow the rules and regulations strictly. Because you are a doer. Be attentive to the limitation of karma. When you are sitting as a passenger in a car, traffic rules are not applied on you. When you are driving the car, then the traffic rules are applied on you, is it not? If we are doing the things, then we have to follow the rules and regulation of karma. And if we do not follow the rules and regulation of karma, then you will be punished. See, like yesterday when we were coming, neither Sham nor me saw the red light and we jumped. And the police were waiting there. Come here, stop. I said, hey Mahatma ji, I got a lecture here, please let me go, don't... No, ज़्यादा नहीं, 100 रुपए में हो जाएगा, रे. At least you show your license, so when license, okay, चले जाओ. You have to follow the rules. If you are driving a car, rules are applied on you. In the same manner, when we are doing the karma to achieve something in this world, you have to follow properly. If you don't, then you will be punished for your all wrongdoings. These are technical terms which I am not explaining you and making you miserable. Kali, Karali, cha Manojava, cha Sulohita, ya cha Sudumravarna, Spullingini, Vishwaruchi, cha Devi, Leela Yamana, Yati Sapta Juma, Eteshu Yascharate, Bhrajamaneshu, Yatha Kalam Yahutaya, Yadadayan, Tam Nayanti Eta, Suryasya Rashmayo, Yatra Devanam Patireko Divasa. So when the karma is done, the ahutis are offered in the fire. Those ahutis take the form of the being and they carry this good person in the heavens. Ehe hiti tamahutaya suvarchasa suryasa rashmavihi yajamanam vanti. Then they are carried, this person who has done good karma after the death, he is carried by the rays of the sun into the divine the heavens, and after having gone there, then this ahuti, they say, oh, you are really great, because of your great thing, you are qualified to enter the heavens which others are denied. And here the teacher now gives a caution. Plavai hete adruda yajna rupa ashtadashoktam avaram yeshu karma eta shreyo ye abhinandanti mudha jara mrutyum te punarapiyanti. But this is not the ultimate truth. Don't have that wrong notion. If you do something, you'll go to heaven and all the girls in the heavens are waiting for you. Come, we are waiting for this. This doesn't happen. We are cheating ourselves. Heaven is not a place. See friends, loka technically means the experience. If we are at peace with ourselves and at peace with the whole world, we are in heavens. If we are disturbed within, disturb the whole world around, we are in hell. See friends, hell and heaven is not a place where you go and then all the apsaras will be coming with the garland in the hand. Come on, you have done a very good job. Come on, we'll give you a coke. Nothing will happen. I guarantee you. Let us not get carried away by this. Therefore, it is said here, they are ye abhinanti mudhaha, eta shreya. They mistake, the fools, that this is the ultimate. After death, you go to hell or heaven. There is neither hell nor heaven. Whatever is there is here and now only. See friends. Therefore, jara mrutyum te punarevapiyanti. They are again and again subjected to birth and death and the old age. Therefore, karma is not everything in life. But such people who are obsessed with karma, their story begins from the 8th mantra. We'll take it in our tomorrow's class before you leave me alone on the stage. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.